Good morning, class. Good morning, good morning. It's time to say hello. Good morning, good morning. Let's get ready for the show. Hi friends, it's Mrs. DiMucci. I'm so excited to be with you today. Prayer a day. Hello friends, it is Crafty Wednesday, May the 19th, and I found this beautiful prayer. I wanted to share it with you. Thank you, God, for feet to run. Thank you for my play and fun, for eyes to see, for hands to lift, for food to eat, and every gift that makes me strong and wish to sing. Thank you, God, for everything. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, friends. Here is a quote from Mr. Rogers himself, my favorite quote. Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. Mr. Fred Rogers. That's right, friends. I know you are all helpers, friends, right? Qua sound. Qua. Okay, friends, I'm in my yard and I'm doing some yard work. And I thought also, when I found all of these beach rocks and seashells, that maybe we could try to write out our QU that way. Our qua sound, right? Qua, queen, qua, quiet. Okay, so let's try that and see if we can sound it out and spell it out with our qua in rocks and seashells. What do you think? Okay, friends, I'm at my little rock wall here, and I've come across all of these rocks I'm just going to be cleaning up today. So I thought that we could maybe do something fun and try to make a Q out of all of these really cool and interesting rocks. You could try this too in your yard. So I'm taking all of these rocks and I'm going to try to create a Q, a big Q, okay? Capital Q. So try to collect your rocks and make a circle with your rocks. And actually, I'm going to use this one for Q. Hopefully you can see me and what I'm doing. And I'm going to find some more little rocks, which are right here. And I'm going to make my circle. You could try this too, friends. Oh, and look, I found a really pretty seashell I'll put here. And this one will finish off that Q pretty well. It's kind of pretty, isn't it? So now I found this funny rock that I'm going to use to place my Q here. Finish up my Q. Let's see if it'll balance. It does. So guys, a Q is really a circle. You can draw with your hand. Try to draw with me the circle. And then here is the mark. The little mark that makes that Q, that big Q, a little different, right? So here's our big Q. Now let's try to do a big U, shall we? Now, let me find more of my rocks. I need to find some good shapes. Bear with me, friends. I've collected some more rocks, and I'm going to try to make my capital U. So you're just going to place them in a downward motion to make our U. I found this big half of shell that I'm going to use at the bottom piece. Okay, and I'm going to bring it right back up. Perfect. There it is. Ready? Let's try to trace over it with our finger. Yes. So let's try here. Q. Our little dash across. And here is our U. Pretty, isn't it? Imagine the things you can do in nature. Okay, let's try to use something to make our lowercase QU. Okay, friends, during my yard cleanup, lot of moss. I have a big rock with a lot of moss on it, but some of these pieces are dried up and no good. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to try to write our QU with that? Okay, let's try to do it. So here we go. Mrs. DiMucci's just gonna collect the materials that we need. I'm gonna start there. And we're just going to start to create a lowercase q. Might be a little tricky, but I know we can do it. So I'm just closing up the circle. That's the first part, right? Then it goes down in a little loop, remember? Just find a bunch of little pieces, put them together and create your Q. There's our baby Q. There it goes. See it? We're starting our letters at the top, around, up, down, and around. Okay, now let's do the baby Q right next to it, shall we? Okay, let me get some more materials. So starting at the top again, friends. I like to work with all kinds of materials creating things. Here we go. It's like movable art. I'm just gonna fill that piece in a little bit, but here we go. Here's our QU made out of moss. Can you try to copy over with me? Starting at the top, up, down, and around. Here we go. Great job. Qu, queen, qu, quarter, quill, quilt. Right, friends? Here are some practice sheets for you to try your qu sound, QU, adding them in and tracing over them. Have fun, friends. Hope you enjoyed. Number 30, friends. Here comes that 30 we saw the other day with the balloons. 30. Right? Here it comes again. That intricate one we saw. And then here comes that 30 worksheet that you'll be practicing. Mrs. DiMucci thought we could practice 30 counting. Here's 1 to 30 that you could trace over. So hi friends, it's Mrs. DiMucci. I'm in my yard and I'm doing a little yard work today, and I found some sticks that I was wanting to pick up, and I thought we could maybe count them and see how many there are, and wondering if there are 30. Maybe there are. Since we're getting to these big numbers, let's see if we can count 30 sticks. Here goes. Okay, my friends, here are the sticks that I collected that I'm going to remove from my yard. So I was wondering, do you think maybe there's about 30 sticks here? Let's count them together. I'm going to lean them up on this rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 sticks. Oh gosh, look at them, all lined up. We sort of made a little lean-to. That was super fun, friends. Thanks for counting those sticks with me. Quill painting with Mrs. Surrette.
Okay friends, I sent you a feather and a white piece of paper. And I know that you have paint at home, and we are going to do some feather painting, which is, there's a bird called a quill, and we're doing the QU sound, so it's a quill, and we're going to be doing a quill painting. So instead, what you're going to do, instead of using the soft side here, we're going to use this pointy side, the harder side, almost like a pen or a pencil. So what you can do is you can take your paint and put a little bit on your plate, or whatever you want to use. Or you can dip it in the paint that you have already that's in the containers. Just gonna get a little bit of everything, a little bit of different colors here. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna move that aside so you can see the paper. And I'm just gonna dip it in and do the blue first. And dip it in the blue and see what happens. Let's see. See? Make all these different designs. I'm gonna use red next. You can overlap, it turns different colors. There's green. It's your creation, so you can do it however you want. You can even try writing. If you dip it in, try writing. See? And try to make a Q. Make a circle. And it's my Q. See it? It's my U for Q. See? Q and U. Let's do some orange. I'm just gonna mix that all in. That's however you want to make it. It's your painting, so you can make circles, you can make designs, you can make whatever you want. It's your painting. Just make sure you use this side, not the fluffy side here. Just use the point. See? Just dip it in a little bit. I'm just gonna try to move that over so you can see that. It's your painting. It's a little bit red. See the lines it makes? Looks like a pencil or a crayon. There you go. Mix it in, and there you have it. You can cover your whole paper, or you can make a design, you can make a picture. I'm just making swirls. If you want to make a picture, you can make a picture out of it. You can take, see it's a little wet right here, and you just drag it up. Make it come a little bit more. There you go. Just using that end of the paint it's like you're using a paintbrush. Mix it right in. And there you have it. There's your quill feather painting. There you go. Take your time. I can't wait to see yours. Thanks, friends.
Shape craft ideas. Friends, here's a shape we've never talked about, which is a cube, right? It has 12 edges, which are the black lines. It has 8 vertices, which are the little balls, the points on each. And it has 6 faces, which means the square, the actual squares that you see. And 3-dimensional means you basically can examine and walk around it, right? It's not just flat. It's a structure. It's a piece that you could walk around and see. So that's something we've never talked about before, and it's something that's really kind of cool. And you can build your own by using, here it comes, some toothpicks and marshmallows. I've been wanting to do this for some time now, friends. But if I did it live in person, you'd probably eat the marshmallows, right, friends? But you could build your own shapes with these and also build your own cube. Wouldn't that be amazing? So when you have some free time, and maybe mom or dad could pick up some mini marshmallows and some toothpicks at the store, you could really spend some time building different things, sort of like how we build Legos. and sort of make different shapes and try to build a cube. Wouldn't that be great? Here's another activity I've been wanting to try for a while now called shape clouds. Since the clouds are so beautiful in the sky today, I thought it would be a nice day to try it. You would just need a piece of paper and a marker and some cotton balls and a glue stick. You make your shapes and you fill them in with the cotton, glue them on top with your glue stick, and voila, shape clouds. I love this activity, friends. I can't wait to see it if you try it. Also, here's another fun one with toilet paper rolls. You basically just make the shape with your toilet paper roll, just fold out the shape, and then you use whatever paint you have at home and use them as a stamp. I love this activity, and I think you would really love it too. And so easy to do, okay? Hope you try that as well, and you could sort of overlap them and make beautiful designs. This is the last activity, friends, which is really easy and super fun too. Paper, marker, marbles or beads or whatever you have a bunch of at home. Could even be rocks. Since we've done a lot of nature today, you just draw out the shapes that you want, and then you sort of trace over them and outline them with whatever item you have, whether it's marbles or beads or whatever. Great activity. It's story time, friends. Everybody take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. Everybody take a seat on the floor. Not on the ceiling, not on the door. Everybody take a seat on the floor. Friends, remember when I read What If You Had an Animal Teeth? This one is What If You Had an Animal Nose by Sandra Markle. Illustrated by Howard McWilliam. I'm sorry my puppies are out here with me. What if one day when you woke up and looked in the mirror, the nose on your face wasn't yours? What if overnight a wild animal's nose took its place? This is a tapir. A tapir is a plant-eating animal with a very handy nose. Its nose moves and bends to grab leaves off a branch or push fruit into the tapir's mouth. A tapir's nose is joined with its upper lip. It bends and moves so well because it is made of muscle. Once a nose is that big and movable, it's called a proboscis. Don't know if I'm sounding that out correctly. Tapirs mainly eat at night, so they bend their noses in all directions to sniff out food in the dark. If you had a tapir's snout, you could catch a home run ball, even with your hands full. Cottontail rabbit. A rabbit's nose is packed with smell sensors, and rabbit noses twitch for many different reasons. A rabbit wiggles its nose up and down to pull more air in when it sniffs. That helps it find food or tell when hungry hunters are close, so it can hop to safety. A rabbit's nose twitches faster when it's interested or excited, sometimes as many as 120 times a minute. Fact, rabbits have long, super-sensitive whiskers on either side of their nose. These whiskers help rabbits feel if a space is big enough to squeeze through, even in the dark. If you had a rabbit's nose, your twitching nose would show your school spirit. Elephant! An elephant's nose may be the most useful nose on the planet. It's so long and special, it even has its own name, a trunk. Remember when we were doing that in yoga? An elephant's trunk can sniff smells from lots of directions. Even from up high, it can lift and carry something as heavy as a big log. An elephant also uses its trunk to pull in water, as much as 2 gallons at a time. Then it sprays a drink in its mouth or gives itself a shower. The tip of an elephant's trunk works like fingers. It can pick up something as little as a peanut and pop it into its mouth. If you had an elephant trunk, you wouldn't need to go to a water park in the summer. That is true, friends. You could have your own. Grizzly bear. A grizzly bear's nose is packed with smell sensors. No wonder this bear is a champ at tracking down food, sometimes from over a mile away. It needs to find and eat all the food it can before winter. That's when a grizzly bear goes into a deep sleep called hibernation and usually doesn't eat at all. Remember we talked about hibernation, friends? Smell sensing areas in a grizzly bear's nose are 100 times bigger than a human's. If you had a grizzly bear's nose, you could sniff out all of your favorite goodies and only trick or treat at the best houses. Good idea. Turn the page. Like I'm missing a page. Hold on, here we go. Warthog? Ugh! A warthog's nose isn't pretty, but it's the perfect food finder. First, the warthog uses its strong sense of smell to sniff out the underground roots and bulbs it likes to eat. Then the warthog rolls its nose around to dig into soft soil with some help from its tusks. Finally, the warthog uses its nose to lift dirt out of the hole until it finds the roots or bulbs to mulch. Warthogs greet each other using nose to nose. This must have gotten a little bit ripped or something. If you had a warthog's nose, you would never need anything but your nose to build sandcastles. Yes, good idea. A saiga is a sheep-sized antelope with a proboscis, which we just learned what that is, nose. Its proboscis is lined with hairs and snotty mucus, making it perfect for filtering out dust. That's important because the saiga's homeland is often dry and dusty. Herds of saigas live together and kick up a lot of dust traveling in search of grass to eat. Some saigas live in parts of Russia where winters are very cold. The saiga's big nose heats up icy air the saigas breathe in. If you had a saiga's nose, would you never notice when a room was dusty? Maybe not. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, saiga. Star-nosed mole. My son saw a type of mole out in the woods the other day. A star-nosed mole is a small burrowing animal that uses its nose to find dinner in the dark underground and sometimes even underwater. The star-nosed mole uses its nose to smell, but it also uses it to feel for food. Its nose has 22 fleshy rays around the nostrils. These are always moving, and quick as a blink, the mole knows if its nose touches food like a worm or an insect. It's to smell underwater. The star-nosed mole blows bubbles and then sniffs, pulling the air bubbles into its nose past its smell sensors. Wow. If you had a star-nosed mole's nose, you could find a midnight snack without turning on the kitchen light. Rhinoceros. A rhinoceros is the only animal, sorry, my dog is sneezing, with a horn on its nose. I guess we're talking about noses today. There's a lot of sneezing happening also. It's made up of layers of keratin, the same stuff that human hair and fingernails are made of. Male rhinos use their horns to duel for mates. Females use theirs to guard their babies. Besides having a horn, a rhino's nose has a keen sense of smell to find leaves and fruit to eat. It can also sniff for enemies like lions. A baby rhinoceros isn't born with a horn, but one soon starts growing and never stops. If you had a rhinoceros's nose, you'd be the perfect bodyguard. Okay, friends. Giant anteater. Ugh, that's my favorite thing to see at the Roger Williams Park Zoo. What looks like a giant anteater's long nose is really its upper and lower jaws joined together. Its nose is on the tip of this long tube. This nose is perfect for poking into hard-to-reach places to sniff out yummy insects like ants and termites. A giant anteater also uses its long nose like a snorkel when it goes swimming so it can breathe while underwater. When it smells insects, the giant anteater flicks its super long tongue in and out quickly, as many as 160 times in a minute, and eats bugs by the thousands. If you had a giant anteater's nose, you could go scuba diving without a snorkel. That's so true. Boray's horseshoe bat. A Boray's horseshoe bat's nose makes it a super nighttime bug hunter. Like other bats, a Boray's horseshoe bat hunts by snorting high-pitched noises out its nose and listening for echoes of anything around them. but most bats shoot sounds in every direction at once. The shape of this bat's nose channels the sound so it can pinpoint exactly where to snag an insect. To save energy, a Beret's horseshoe bat often hangs from a branch while snorting noises. While an echo signals an insect is nearby, the bat flies after it. If you had a Beret's horseshoe bat's nose, you'd catch every fly that tried to spoil your picnic. Clever, friends. Hammerhead shark. Yes, a hammerhead shark's nose is only for smelling, not breathing. The shark swings its head side to side, forcing water into a nostril near each eye. Because its nostrils are so far apart, the shark can tell if a fishy scent is stronger to the left or right. Then it tracks it down its dinner. A hammerhead shark can smell blood from wounded prey as far as half a mile away. If you had a hammerhead shark's nose, you would always know the best place to fish. You sure would. Okay. A wild animal's nose could be cool for a while, but you don't use your nose to spray water or dig in the ground. You don't need your nose to catch flies or to be a snorkel while you swim underwater, right, friends? And you'll never grab anything with your nose no matter what. So if you could keep a wild animal nose for more than a day, what kind would be right for you? Luckily, you don't have to choose. The nose on your face will always be a people nose. It will be what you need to breathe and sniff all the scents around you. It's the perfect place to rest glasses if you need them to see better. Best of all, your nose is just what you need to look like you. Right, friends? What does your nose do for you? Your nose starts with nostrils, twin openings for air to move in and out. Inside are passages lined with hairs. Nicoletta, you'll like to hear this part. And coated with mucus. Together, these catch dust, germs, and pollen from plants that could bother your lungs or even make you sick. Then you sneeze or blow out what your nose catches. Meanwhile, the air you breathe in also becomes warmer and wetter. Way up inside your nose is a postage stamp-sized patch packed with scent sensors. These send signals to your brain which let you know what you are smelling. At the same time, air travels down your throat to your windpipe and lungs, so your nose is the main way for you to get the air you need to live as well as to smell the world around you. Your nose needs you. For your nose's sake, you need to be careful what you breathe in. Stay away from cigarette smoke and try not to breathe in fumes from harsh chemicals. If you live in a place where it gets cold, cover your nose with a scarf to shield it from chilly air. If you live where the air is very dry, place a humidifier in your home. That will make the air you breathe moister, which helps prevent nosebleeds and colds. If your nose feels clogged, blow gently. Right, friends? Okay, guys, now you know everything about noses. Since everyone's been sneezing lately from all of the allergies, I love this series of books. We'll read another on Friday. Okay, friends? Thanks for reading with me today. I love that book. Goodbye for now, friends. I hope you had a great Crafty Wednesday with us. Ciao. Let's do this preschool style. You ready for a little rap? See you later, alligator, gotta run, skeleton. See you soon, baboon, after a while, crocodile. Adios, hippos, gotta go, buffalo, out the door, dinosaur, got a truck, baby duck. I do cockatoo, chop, chop, lollipop, better swish, jellyfish, be sweet, parakeet. Bye-bye, butterfly, got a scat, kitty cat, blow a kiss, goldfish, toodaloo, kangaroo, give a hug, ladybug, chow, chow, brown cow, hit the trail, tiny snail, in an hour, sunflower, in the morn, unicorn, better shake, rattlesnake, thumbs up, silly pup, gotta scram, little lamb, can't stay, blue jay, take care, polar bear.